seeded positions. Well, men's singles is coming up next, and last year's beaten finalists Viktor Axelsen against Song Wan-ho, who caused a sensation beating Lee Chong-wei in yesterday's first group matches. After that, we will have mixed doubles, and the three-time former champions from Denmark will take on the Olympic champions, and then we'll finish with the second women's singles. Well, of course, I mentioned that Song Wan-ho yesterday beat the four-time former champion Lee Chong-wei. Well, today he recorded his first victory, and that was against Ng Ka Long of Hong Kong. And of course, both these players winning home events, Super Series events, earlier this year. Ng Ka Long, his first ever Super Series title, won at home in Hong Kong, but beaten today in his second match, beaten today by the four-time former champion Lee Chong-wei. So Lee Chong-wei, after being beaten yesterday, records a victory today. So he's still in the hunt, no question of that. So, the players in the background. Last year's beaten finalist, there he is, tying up his shoelaces, Viktor Axelsen against Song Wan-ho. So as far as this group is concerned, it's Group B, and Song Wan-ho won his match yesterday, as we've already said. There you can see confirmation that Lee Chong-wei beat Ng Ka Long earlier today in 40 minutes, 21-15, 22-20. And therefore, of course, Viktor Axelsen, who won his match against Ng Ka Long yesterday. So it is the current top two in the group, in that list there, of course, who will play today's match. So let's join our Master of Ceremonies once again to get the players onto centre stage.
This is the Dubai World Super Series Finals, men's singles. Time to welcome the players. First out, the #2 seed from Korea, Song Wan-ho.
The #2 seed, Song Wan-ho of Korea. Fresh from victory at his home Grand Prix Gold event, the Korean Grand Prix Gold on the island of Jeju. His first title for over 2 years since winning the Hong Kong Super Series in 2014.
And please welcome his opponent from Denmark, the #5 seed, Viktor Axelsen.
The Olympic bronze medalist, Viktor Axelsen, the Dane who a year ago lost in the final of these Super Series finals, lost out to the left-hander Kanto Momota, having beaten Chen Long, the now world and Olympic champion, in the semi-final stage 12 months ago.
Make a toss. Black or red? Black. Your choice. Serve. Start over here. Okay. Change.
Our umpire, David Wong from Malaysia. How Long Hu from China will be the service judge. Well, what a match for him yesterday. What a victory for him yesterday. Only his second ever victory over the world #1 Lee Chong-wei in yesterday's encounter. The 28-year-old from Changwon, 176, that's just over 5'9". Has been as high as 4 in the world ranking. That was a total of 11 weeks as world #4 over 2 different spells. Now #6. This is only his second appearance at the Super Series finals. He was here 2 years ago and he finished last in his group. So this a huge step forwards. 4 finals for him this year. 3 of them in Super Series events. So what a good year for him as far as Super Series is concerned. 11 of the 12 tournaments, only missed out the Australian Super Series in Sydney, otherwise competed in all of the other Super Series events. So to the #5 seed, Viktor Axelsen, 22-year-old from Odense in Denmark, which of course is where we play the Denmark Premier Super Series event. Currently #4 in the world ranking, and he, as I say, was beaten finalist last year. He has won the European Championships earlier this year, current European champion, and reached the final of the India Super Series event in Delhi. So this is the 8th meeting between these two players, and remarkably the 5th meeting this year. 3 of the previous 7 meetings have gone the full distance, but as you can see, the last time they met was in the Japan Super Series. It was quarter-final stage of the Japan Super Series. 2 straight games, as you can see. And I think, in all fairness, I don't want to take anything away from So Wan-ho, but I think as we look at the tour, the umpire and Hao Long-hu from China, I think that was soon after the Olympic Games, wasn't it? It was the first major event, the Japan Open, after the Olympic Games, and I think that Viktor Axelsen had a post-Olympic blues, like a number of players did.
On my right, Viktor Axelsen, Denmark. And on my left, Sun Wan-ho, Korea. Sun Wan-ho to serve. Love all. Play.
So this Group B encounter. Both players won their matches yesterday. Viktor Axelsen beat Ng Ka-long, the #4 seed, 21-13, 21-17. It's a good opening rally, isn't it? It's just wide. And So Wan-ho, as we've already mentioned, beat the 4-time former champion of the Super Series finals, Lee Chong-wei, 21-10, 21-16. He's a tall man, isn't he, Viktor Axelsen? 194, that's 6'4".
Love.
Oh, just wide. But I was very interested earlier in the year, Steen, when you were telling me that Viktor Axelsen has employed a gymnastics coach to help him with his physical training and his agility and so on. Is that right?
Yeah, that's a gymnastics coach that he's working with back home in Denmark. Actually, the same who worked with Peter Gade in his last years of his career. He's got several people helping him. He's got also a physics and nutrition coach here with him in Dubai. American Sean Casey. Worked with him last year as well, this time of the year here. And you're right, Joe. There was some Olympic blues in terms of Viktor Axelsen. He admitted later on that he'd underestimated how big the Olympics was. Was his debut at the Olympics, and went on to win the bronze, of course. And yeah, only 3 weeks later he had to travel to Japan, and wasn't satisfied with his overall play, his concentration and so on. He sort of took the consequences and withdrew from Korea Open. Played the Denmark and French, played in China as well, but didn't play Hong Kong Open, and didn't really plan to play here in Dubai, because it was highly likely that the last of the 2 spots that Denmark could qualify for this men's singles category was going to Hans Christian Wittinghus. He was actually ahead of Viktor Axelsen, and merely had to show up in China and Hong Kong and start the first round. Even if he'd lost both first round matches, he would be the qualifier. As you may have heard, Wittinghus had to withdraw from both tournaments because of an operation for appendicitis, so he was devastated.
Yeah.
Turns out that he's here in Dubai anyway, because he's on honeymoon instead, so I don't think he'll be coming to watch the matches. I think he's enjoying his time off from badminton, but he said he would have loved to play, and it was one of his big goals in this season here. So, and they're very good friends, Viktor and Wittinghus. They together with one of the Danish journalists, they make a podcast who I think has 8 editions now, where they talk badminton, Danish badminton, but also international badminton and so on. So they've had lots of time to discuss about this Super Series finals. And Wittinghus admitted that lying home in his hospital bed, he had hoped that Viktor would lose in China before he actually did.
The rivalry of sport, there you are.
Yeah. But refreshing that someone says it in the open, that I hoped he'd lose.
And said it in such a way that it was taken in the spirit that it was meant, because they are still very good friends.
They are.
Off court.
Six over. 6, 7.
We even got one more Dane here in Dubai. That's the up-and-coming player Anders Antonsen, who's at the moment ranked 4 or 5 in Denmark. He's also here in Dubai, and I don't know whether he's here to watch some of the matches. He's on holiday. It also means that Viktor hasn't been focusing a lot on this tournament because he wasn't expecting to play it, so maybe his form isn't the best. He's had at least a week of holiday since playing China Open, but sometimes when you didn't really expect to play in the tournament, it loosens. You can play without too many expectations.
Yes, I can remember a certain Peter Gader been desperately ill on his journey to the first ever Super Series tournament in Malaysia in 2007, and got taken off the aeroplane and taken to hospital, and he ended up winning the tournament because he didn't put any pressure on himself. He wasn't expecting to win, and played with relaxation, and oh my goodness gracious. Oh, did well to make contact with that. Viktor Axelsen.
9.
Round the backhand.
Yeah, we discussed actually putting Peter back in the hospital on the next trip to Asia. Who was going to make sure he was going to the hospital? And not too serious, though, but practically went out of the hospital bed and won Malaysia Open.
Yeah, that's incredible. This is pretty incredible, too, because he only travelled here to Dubai, Sun Wan Ho, on Monday.
Yeah.
That's a nice angle. Uses his height well, does Axelsen on that.
Yeah.
8, 10.
That's going to be so interesting to see whether the attack of Axelsen can be decisive against Sun Wan Ho. From what we saw yesterday, Sun Wan Ho seemed to be in really, really good form. It's not easy to beat Lee Chong-wei, but a fairly convincing victory.
Yes, it was.
And we saw that Chong-wei was competitive because, as we saw leading up to this match, that today he beat Ng Ka Long from Hong Kong, who came off a victory in the Hong Kong Open. So the level is high here.
Oh, it's called out. Challenge. Oh. Yeah, challenge here before the mid-game interval. So the coaches are not allowed to come onto court until Hawkeye has adjudicated for us. It was called out.
It looks strange from where we're sitting, but we're sitting quite low. Actually, we're sitting in really good positions, except for that back line there.
Now, what does Hawkeye think about that?
I was convinced it was in, but let's see.
Here we go. Yes, it was in. Great challenge. Great challenge, and it means that Viktor Axelsen has the 1-point advantage at the mid-game interval.
Det der med, at du føler, at du kan kreere noget på forbanen, det behøver du ikke lige nu. Ja, vær hurtig på den. Spil net, hvis han overhovedet ikke er i nærheden. Han vil gerne spille dig herind, og du har lyst til at krydse hele tiden. Gå på den. Og så bare løfte dig ned, og så skal du altså være klar i din diff. Ja. Hvis du overhovedet kan komme her, og så trykke den lige ned, når han krydser dig, hvis han lægger den ind i banen. Ikke? Ja. Offensiven, det er bare at gå på den. Ja. Altså, og så tage en gang.
Men jeg tænker for meget over det, bare slå det der.
Lige nøjagtigt, hvad der falder der naturligt lige nu, uden at selvfølgelig at rive på alt. Ja. Så det behøver ikke være mere kompliceret. Nej. Så når du spiller forhånd, så er det bare med mark, ligesom det sidste.
Play.
Yeah. Interesting advice from Kenneth Jonathan there, urging Viktor Axelsen to not make it too complicated. Viktor felt that he had to do something on the front court, and Kenneth says, hey, you don't have to do that much. Just play the simple shots.
13-10.
Well-placed smash there from Sun Wan Ho.
11-13.
Just to the opposite side of Axelsen's body. Right hip there, difficult to defend.
We've talked about that before, haven't we, Steen, that round-the-head movement from Viktor Axelsen. He looks a little stiff in his movement. He doesn't look...
I think he moved too far behind the shuttle here.
Okay.
That was very, very short, that lift from someone who, and I think that's puzzled him. But yeah, we have talked about that that corner there, and there's been signs that it's getting better, and it's getting more relaxed, and that could very well be to the deliberate work of the physical coaches. Well, deliberate advice, it's Viktor Axelsen who has to put in the work.
Yeah. Oh, I like that defense.
Whoa!
Yeah,
Service over.
good work in that rally.
14-12. Thank you. 14-12.
Oh, that's a pity.
That was unbelievable. Even I was moving the wrong direction.
Shot.
12.
Watch this from Son Wan-ho. I know he hit it wide, but look at the disguise on that. How on earth did he play that? Viktor Axelsen was nowhere near it.
Service over. 13-15.
Yeah, good judgment.
Oh. 14-15.
What was that about the coach saying? Keeping it simple. Why go for the line like that?
And
15 all.
Viktor Axelsen, he knows that Lee Chong-wei has won his game against Ng Ka-long. So Viktor will play Lee Chong-wei tomorrow. And that means that the easiest way for Viktor Axelsen to qualify for the semifinals, that's winning this match.
Yeah.
And I still feel that, I think that he feels he has got a better chance of beating Son Wan-ho than Lee Chong-wei, because Lee Chong-wei is so fast and it makes it difficult for Axelsen. He's had a couple of matches where he's been outplayed by Lee Chong-wei, so probably not going into that match with a whole lot of confidence.
I don't think he's ever beaten him, has he?
No.
No. Oh, he's pushed it long.
Service over.
I'm sitting here with the feeling that Son Wan-ho slowly but certainly is taking control of the match. A little bit like the match against Lee Chong-wei, where Chong-wei played some really good rallies, but in the end there was a little too many mistakes.
Yeah. rally. Oh, I like that angle.
What a defense. What a defense from Son Wan-ho.
Yeah, that's brilliant. That is brilliant. Park Tae-sang applauds, as so he should. I know we've discussed it before, but I think Son Wan-ho is one of the most underestimated players on the World Tour. I think he's always dangerous.
Yeah.
Please, saves.
I have him in the group 2 to 6, ranked 2 to 6, maybe 2 to 7. Depends whether you take Cho Chin-chen in that group. And I wouldn't do it right now because he's not been playing great lately. But I feel that Son is in a group with Viktor, with Janno Jorgensen, and with Lin Dan.
Players that on their day can win these big titles.
They can. Viktor hasn't done it yet, but he's been in a number of finals, and he's getting closer. They can beat each other. They have been struggling to beat Chen Long and Lin Dan.
Lee Chong-wei.
Lee Chong-wei, except for Lin Dan, who's of course beaten everybody. But he's.
Yeah.
I'd still put him in that group 2 to 6 because he's been struggling with the Danish players lately.
Oh, lucky neck cord. My goodness, how did he get that back? Yeah, well worked from Son Wan-ho.
Excellent play.
On a run of 4 straight points. Look at this, he's down on his knees, Viktor Axelsen. Gets back up all in one movement. But he works opponents so hard, doesn't he, Son Wan-ho? He moves them from corner to corner, brings them forward, pushes them back.
He's grinding. That's not in a negative way. He's just using his outstanding skills to his best advantage right now, and it's a pleasure watching him.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness me. Yeah. Well.
But he had to win that rally 3 times, Viktor Axelsen, because the first 2 times someone who still managed to get it back.
Yes. And psychologically, apart from the physical work of playing extra shots,
it's so tough psychologically.
Exactly.
And it probably earns someone who a couple of points later on where Viktor is tempted to go a little too sharp for the lines in order not to having to play the next shot.
Yeah. Oh, that was a miss hit, but it ended up very nicely.
Mm. 18, 19.
And it's not like Viktor isn't playing well. He's playing extremely well also.
Yeah, it was interesting, though, wasn't it? We can see it from that angle that he
was
played back from the net. Yes, not
the long drop.
Yeah. Just 1 point in it now. Oh, my goodness. Had a little think about it, hit the top of the tape, but fell back his side.
18.
Oof, that was close. But game point opportunities now, 2 of them for the number 2 seed, Son Wan-ho. Oh, that's
Well
good.
played.
That is very well played.
Service over.
Generated the hold
19,
and flat push from
20.
virtually no backswing of the racket. Take a look at this. Hold, and then suddenly flick. One game point well saved. Still an opportunity for this man. Oh, well taken.
Game.
Well taken from Son
First game
Wan-ho.
won by Son Wan-ho, 21-19.
21-19, and a very purposeful walk from coach Park Tae-sang. 21-19 in 23 minutes.
한두 가지 그 하나 한 랠리 한 두 개 딱 받아보면 그다음에 직선이 가는 거지. 처음에 딱 치도 딱 찬스라고 생각했을 때 무조건 대각이야. 왼쪽에서도 마찬가지잖아. 왼쪽도 직선 점심을 잘 때리는 거야. 또 한두가 지금
Så er det også vigtigt, at du husker at få afgjort.
뭐 안정되게 나가지고
Få afgjort, så det ikke kun dig, der bare ligger og holder bolden ned.
Gå ind meget fint, når jeg gør det.
Ja, lige nok, ikke? Og det er også fint nok i de perioder, hvor du kommer igennem inden for en 4-5 slag. Men du må ikke blive ved derefter. Altså, det er vigtigt, at du gør det, før du er udtømt, så han ikke kan få succes med sit angreb.
Jeg skal stadigvæk stå lidt i deffen.
Ja, lige nok.
Overhovedet ikke i deffen.
Nej, næsten.
Jeg laver så også 18 fejl.
Ja.
Det var sådan noget seriøst. Hvis jeg bare kan få skåret dem væk, så vinder jeg.
Ja, men
Jeg
det er
laver,
også derfor, det er ikke så slemt.
Nej.
Så den sidste ting, det er det der med at huske, at få noget mellemspil med, hvis du overhovedet kunne, så det behøver ikke være særlig kompliceret. Det behøver ikke være med alt muligt en gang imellem, så er det bare nok, at kommer ind. Fordi så han selv herinde omkring midten skal ligge og dreje mellem slag. Okay?
Positivt her.
Ja, lige nøjagtigt. Jo, men altså, du er jo lige ved at komme lidt i.
Now, tell us if it's repeatable.
It is.
Go on then. Let us in on the secret.
There's a long discussion, and Viktor says, seriously, I'm making 18 mistakes, and if I can cut them away, I have a chance. Definitely, it will be 21-3 then.
Second game. Love all.
Well, basically, it was about
Play.
that if he doesn't, if he can't penetrate someone who's defense with his own attack within 4 or 5 shots, then he should sort of play it a little bit more patiently and be willing to go into defense while he's still fresh in the rally,
Service over.
instead of only lifting when he's pressured to do so. So the quality of the defense, you could say, or the first defensive shot should raise.
2.
No, he took that
Love.
net shot early, didn't he? Oh, look at that. Tight spinning net shot of Son Wan-ho's tight spinning net shot. That's difficult to control. That's very, very good from Axelsen. That's good too, isn't it?
4. Love.
He hasn't really come out to this second game yet, Son Wan-ho.
love.
I guess he's been looking forward to playing both Viktor Axelsen and Lee Chong-wei again, the silver and bronze medalists of the Olympics, and sort of showing, hey, I could have taken a medal had I not been in the quarter of Chen Long.
I think that's a very good point, because of course Sun Wan-ho, the only player to take a game of Chen Long in Rio at the Olympic Games, and yes, who knows if he'd been in a different section of the draw. Oh, that's well taken.
I've been impressed with his net game in these two matches that we've seen so far, Sun Wan-ho here, because there's more deceptions in it. And they're well timed. It's not like there's deceptions all the time. Sometimes he just plays the fast shot, and sometimes he puts in a little bit of deception, and I think that's efficient in the long run. There's a little bit of a flick with the racket just before he hits the lifts from the front court.
It's a good rally, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. Cursed the commentator. As soon as I said that, he made the error.
Service over.
I'm thinking that it's a good rally for Sun Wan-ho here, because I feel that he right now has the better stamina than Viktor Axelsen. But then, on the other hand, he's coming straight from Korea, winning a title there. So how much fuel is there left in the tank? That's the question, because right now he's playing like he's one of the contenders for the title here.
Yeah. Well, as we were saying yesterday, only 3 of the 8 men's singles players here at the Super Series finals have won a Super Series title during the year. And all previous winners of the Super Series finals men's singles titles have all won a title during the year. So if Sun Wan-ho is a real title contender, he could become the first man ever to win the Super Series
he would create
finals.
history.
Yeah.
So the statistic tells us that the favorites are Lee Chong-wei, Jan-O Jorgensen, and Anka Long.
Yeah. But Anka Long has already lost 2 matches.
He's in
this group.
Yeah, and he's eliminated.
Yeah.
I was about to say he's in dire straits, but indeed he is, because he's already eliminated. He's playing Sun Wan-ho tomorrow, and
oh, look at that! Look at that!
Service over. 7-3.
What a delightful block. It was a good rally, wasn't it? They both explored all 4 corners of the court. Look at that dive. Hesitation. And then the most perfect block across court. The outright winner.
Seven, 3. Service over. 4.
Yeah, well, the frustration
7.
is because he was taking it early enough.
Yeah.
And then made the error.
It might as well have been a winner.
Service over. 8. 4.
Oh, that's wide. Oh, challenge. Challenge here from Son Wan-ho.
Sun Wan-ho challenges. Call out.
This is only our third challenge of the day. His first challenge of the match. But it's Hawkeye's decision that matters, and indeed the line judge got it right once again.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. 9, 4. Play.
Boy.
Well, did he break the strings
Yeah.
with that final shot, or was he rushing the net because he'd already broken the strings? Yeah, well, that's over-anticipating, I think you can safely say there. Here we go. Snip out the strings, relieve the tension of the racket.
I'm wondering whether Hawkeye is keeping any form of statistics on successful and unsuccessful challenges.
over.
We
5,
don't, because I mean in the Super
9.
Series, all matches on the TV court has the challenge opportunity, even the ones
Yeah.
that are not broadcast. So we definitely don't have statistics on it. But I feel that this must be one of the best percentages in correct calls that we've seen.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
6, 9.
We should mention, though, Steen, that the BWF, the Badminton World Federation, have... Oof, he was awfully close to taking that before he'd gone over the net, so one hope, but it was absolutely fine. We should mention that they've brought in international line judges, so not only do we have court officials, umpires and service judges from all corners of the globe, we also have line judges as well, which is marvellous, and they have done a wonderful job. Yeah, well, we talked about Son Wan-ho's ability to
7,
move opponents to all 4
9.
corners of the court. That was a wonderful example.
Yeah.
Deep forehand, backhand net, and then the body smash to finish the rally.
And also we've seen him himself be extremely solid in the movement, covering the court really well, not afraid to go the full
7,
diagonal and still maintain balance
9.
and control. I think he's really played well in this tournament.
Service over. 10, 7.
I wonder if that's the first sign of accumulative fatigue after his tournament win last week.
And he's still suffering a little bit from the start. He gave himself into this second game where he seemed not really ready.
No, 5-love down at the start of this second game. That's a nice drop zone. Well left. Into the mid-game interval with a 4-point advantage. Viktor Axelsen. 38 minutes into the match.
Selvom du ligger hernede, ikke, så en gang imellem ind mod midterlinjen, det er et godt slag i mellemspillet, når han trækker dem indad. Ikke? Så han selv skal op og ligge noget her.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Prøv nu her, vi skal bare have overskud. Ikke? Altså, han har brugt også rigtig meget energi for at skulle spille det her rigtige spil.
Jeg føler, jeg er 20 rød look, mand.
Kom nu. Kom nu.
Viktor.
Well, I can tell you that Steen sitting beside me, certainly something amused you there, Steen, about what was said.
Yeah, it just shows that it's definitely not a target tournament for Viktor. It was a pleasant surprise for him that he qualified, and I couldn't hear everything, but I feel he said to Kenneth, "I'm a little bit tired" or something like that, and Kenneth says, "Yeah. You just have to show excess energy."
7.
And Viktor said, "I feel like I've smoked a pack of cigarettes."
Now, how would he know what that feels like?
Exactly. and that definitely wouldn't be a conversation normally in a Super Series tournament.
No.
But it also shows that he's sort of going all in here. He's giving everything he's got and see how long that goes. And so far, I think he's played brilliantly also with what he's got in the bag at the moment. But I think also that we can sense up here that these long rallies, they're biting on him, and it's okay as long as he keep winning them.
Oh, that was going wide, wasn't it?
Good shot.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. That was something they discussed in the interval, that these in-between shots, which are shot to the middle of the court, doesn't really matter whether they're placed to the right, to the left side, or in the middle of the center line, but to the middle of the court. He was allowed to play those and then be ready with the racket if Son is lifting.
14-9.
So when you say played to the middle of the court, you're meaning back from the net. So don't play
to the mid-court area, back from the net.
Yeah.
So in between the front court and the back court.
Yeah. Okay.
But also okay to play it directly to the center line. It could also be in the sidelines, but the center line is also okay. So yeah, all areas is in use.
But playing it back from the net neutralizes Son Wan-ho's ability to play tight to the net in response.
He can't play tight to the net, and he can't play efficient deceptions. We saw it yesterday when PV Sindhu was playing Akane Yamaguchi. PV Sindhu, when she started playing these in-between shots, which is a direct translation of the Danish term for it, it took away a lot of the deception problems that Yamaguchi earlier had created for Sindhu.
Good rally. Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, Kate Jonasson liked that one.
15-10.
Flat, fast exchanges earlier on in that rally. Look at that full pirouette with the backhand smash from Viktor Axelsen. Oh, I like that. Oh, it's landed in. Misjudgment from Son Wan-ho.
16-10.
I think Son is going to win this match, but he might have to use 3 games to do it. And I mean, if you're in the 3rd game, anything can happen, so it's a little bit dangerous.
Yeah.
And I still feel that he's suffering from the bad start he gave himself. That's what these 6 points differential between the 2 players. That's what's giving Viktor hope. There's no doubt that he's tired, but he's ahead.
Ah, yes, that's good pressure.
Service
Report
over.
from the Korean.
11-16.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's a super angle.
Service over. 17-11.
Yeah, well taken.
18-11.
3 points away from forcing a 3rd and deciding game.
The closest to a slam dunk we get in badminton.
Yes. No, just missed it.
Service over. 12-18.
Just long.
Service over.
2 points away now from this 2nd game
12.
for Viktor Axelsen. Oh. Oh, both of them just losing the spatial
20.
awareness a little bit at the
Game
moment.
point.
Indecision
12.
from Axelsen. And then wrong decision. Oof, that was plumb on the line, wasn't it? Game point opportunities for the Dane.
Service over.
Well taken.
13-20.
Ooh, I challenge, yes.
Yeah.
Challenge that.
Viktor Axelsen challenges. Call out.
Yeah, we both reacted in the same way there, didn't we, Steen? And of course,
We did.
you can't take your challenges from one game to the next if they're not used up. So you might as well challenge on that when you gain point opportunity. If the line decision is overruled, then we're into a third game. But no, once again, line judge has got it right.
Unsuccessful. 14, 20. Play.
Yeah, this time
Game.
it is one game all.
Second
21-14.
game won by Viktor Axelsen. 21-14.
Confirmed
One
by the
game
umpire.
all.
A little over 48 minutes into the match. And it's one game all. And of course, you can keep up to date with all that's happening here in Dubai on hashtag Badminton Dubai.
Uden at du føler, nu skal jeg lige have den med og det der med. Hvis du overhovedet i tvivl, så selv lidt smule nedefra. Så ind mod den midt eller lidt længere mellemspil, også selvom det er lige baner.
Men offensiv ske her.
Ja, offensivt ske. Angreb lidt det samme. Du må ikke være super kompliceret, men det er vigtigt, at du ikke bare ligger og kører frem og tilbage, at du også får løftet.
Jamen det er jo der, jeg synes, det er hårdt. Det er jo, når jeg ligger og kolder nedad, løber frem og nedad, løber frem. Det skal han også gøre lidt.
Ja.
Og så har jeg power til sidst i.
Ja. Men stadigvæk, når i spillet her, så er det der med at ligge og være eksplosiv på hans første løft.
Ja, ja, vi skal stadig økonomisere med de der.
Lige nøjagtigt. Men se om der er noget.
Ja.
Og så er det generelt, når det er, så handler det om at komme frem i bussen bagefter.
Ja. Stadig være cool her nu.
왼쪽 스피처는 한번 나와줘봐. 리터스 나와도 마찬가지야. 스피처 빵 때리는데 카트가 잘 왔다. 거기서 그냥 리터스 촥 가지 말고 지역으로 가지 말고 그냥 나와봐봐. 푸시를 들어와서 때리나 안 때리나. 거기서 1등 하면 일단 현재까지 다 얻어맞았거든. 다 얻어맞았어.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
I wonder if he was talking about Sullivan Poles or whether he was talking about Axelsen's. There we are.
Final game. Love all. Play.
So one game apiece in this Group B match.
It's going to be a very, very decisive start to this third game here.
Now, what was Kenny Jonasson saying? Oh, yeah, he read that one all right, didn't he?
One.
Yeah, there's no doubt the Danes, they have the right plan. It's just a question whether Viktor has the stamina and the capability to carry it out. Not overcomplicate things. Play it into the court and look for the opportunities on the first lift from Song. Well played, well played.
Yeah, that's quick coming forward, isn't it?
And think back on the first couple of rallies in the second game. This is different. This looks different than the first couple of rallies did, and that was what I'm interested in, to see whether Son perhaps was a little bit tired. We can't rule that out, that he's a little bit tired. Is he a lot tired? You saw that cross smash. You mentioned it early in the second game, that it might be a little sign that he felt the fatigue from playing a lot of matches. And if he's a little bit tired, and Viktor is a little bit tired, even if Viktor's more tired, then I would tend to go with Viktor
to win this.
To win this, because he's got the steep attack and the reach and so on. So he can, if both are tired, he can better compensate, in my opinion. Excellent placement.
1.
Almost aimed to the middle of the body of Son Wan-ho, so he can't escape with his forehand defense there.
That's well taken. That is well taken from Song Wan-ho.
2, 3.
I thought it was a pretty good net shot from Axelsen. It was indeed.
Yeah, it was.
My goodness, how did Song Wan-ho control that?
It's like he takes it a little bit below the tape and sort of makes a top spin and makes it go over that way.
That's incredible. Yeah, well, he tried a reverse slice on that one.
Service
It
over.
still went a little long.
4, 2.
Just watch the racket head there. It's what you Danes call the windscreen wiper.
Windscreen wiper, yeah.
Yeah.
This is what Kenneth means when he says Viktor should lift while in control. Now Viktor stands well in the
5,
defense here and can
2.
sort of withstand the attack from someone who, if he lifts, when he's forced to, then he's a little bit off balance and
6, 2.
Yeah, it's a super angle. Wow.
7, 2.
Song Wan-ho is going to have to be awfully careful here, because I just get the sense that Viktor Axelsen is beginning to stamp his control on this match.
yeah.
Service over. 3, 7. Four, 7.
Couple of important rallies now, because I feel that if Viktor is going to get to the goal line here, he's got to stay ahead of Song Wan-ho.
Service over. 8, 4.
Ooh, they were close.
Incredible net exchange.
9, 4.
almost hate to say it, Jill, but I'm pretty sure you spotted it there with that cross smash wide. That there's not that much fuel left on the tank.
Yeah.
With Son Wan Ho. That was indecisive.
Oh, unbelievable. Oh, he's missed it. Well, yeah. Poor old coach Park Tae-sang in despair. Oh, what a rally. What a rally. Dive from Axelsen.
Okay, thank you.
Desperation.
Ten. 4.
Oh, that was lucky.
How did he get that back?
Service over. Okay.
Well, you said in the very early stages he'd got a really good defence, Son Wan Ho.
10.
Proving it in that rally. Oh, look at the action. That's super.
6. 10.
Yeah, got the neck cord.
Yeah.
Well, the match clock has
7.
just ticked over the hour mark.
10.
Yeah.
Service
Watches
over.
it drift wide. That
11-7.
shuttle probably
Interval.
taken with a
Change
little bit of
hands.
drift. And it means that Viktor Axelsen has a 4-point advantage at the change of ends here in the deciding game.
Godt arbejde. Nu kommer der 2 fysiske spørgsmål igen. Der kommer en her fra starten. Nu kommer der en midtvejs. Okay? Husk heroverfra. Eksklusiv på første løft. Variation på.
20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Offensiv på forbanen.
Ja, lige nøjagtigt. Men der må gerne komme det der mellemspil. Bare en gang imellem, så han ikke kan højde på de løfte.
It 11-7. Play. Service over. 8-11.
Yeah. Much reinforcement from Kenneth Jonassen. urging Viktor Axelsen to lift high when he lifts in order to avoid the quick attacks. This one from someone who.
Well, that was a little over-ambitious.
11. Change.
Trying the backhand smash.
Talked a little bit about physical resilience as well. That it was going to be tough here in the beginning. After the change of ends, and then at the end of the game.
Oh, challenge, yeah. First challenge of this deciding game.
Call in.
Well, he had time to look from the flight of the shuttle down at the line and then look back up at the shuttle to get his spatial awareness. And he was correct to challenge because it was out. Called in, but it was out.
Challenge unsuccessful.
No, the challenge was successful.
Sorry.
Yeah, there we
Challenge
go.
successful. Correction. Out.
It is awfully confusing
10,
with this successful
11.
or unsuccessful.
Yeah, it is.
I feel sorry for the umpires because you've got to not only take into account whether the shuttle was in or out, you've got to remember successful or unsuccessful.
Service over. 12, 10. Service over. 11, 12.
He had a 10-4 lead, Viktor Axelsen, and now it's 11-12. That's a bit worrying if you're a Dane.
Yeah.
Well done by someone who is taking a step forward to sort of prevent this in-between shot game with the middle long flat rally shots.
So back level. 1 times 6-point deficit has been closed.
He's lost his patience, Viktor Axelsen.
13,
when we think back
12.
here, then there's a lot of shots where he's either gone for a winner or a loser, and it's been a loser every single time.
Yeah.
So what gotten him that lead was being patient, attacking, running for the next shot, attacking again. Oh, that attack actually won. Oh, that was good. That's a point for me. When he goes too hard for it, he ends up losing the points.
$14, 12.
Yeah.
Or 10 of the last 12 points.
Yeah. And it's all something with a lot of power in, where the thing that Kenneth emphasized was the quick attacks, the well-placed attacks. That's the efficient ones against someone who. And now it's the Korean who can see the goal line.
that terrible indecision deep in his forehand corner from Son Won-ho that really cost him dear in that rally.
14.
Yeah, my goodness. Took that about 18 inches off the floor. Oh, that's
excellent shot.
Beautiful.
Service over. 15, 13.
Oh.
That's it. That's it. That was the well-placed smash.
Yeah.
14,
It was close to the sideline.
15.
It wasn't hard. And the smash previous to that, that was a very, very hard smash, but it was within easy reach for Son Won-ho.
Play.
So concentrate on the angle and the placement rather than the power.
Yes. And also, when you don't use all your power, you're in better balance to follow it up.
15 all. So.
One game all, 15 all.
That's a fantastic shot.
Over.
How many times is there? And once again, it was that little top
16,
spin
15.
Exactly.
as he takes it off the top of the tape.
But I mean,
Look at this. That's magnificent.
Axelsen's got to stay out of that net game.
Yeah, an hour and 10 minutes now.
Nope.
And that's because of the last rally, Son Won-ho
15.
taking it off the top of the tape. He feels Axelsen, he's got to play the perfect shot.
Yeah, and I mean, just play it away from there. I mean, you've been punched in the nose the whole game, so don't do that. Just lift it, like Kenneth said. But that's difficult to do because, I mean, we're really, really close to
Oh, that's good.
the goal line, so you feel that, oh, it's
18,
going to be difficult to be in the
15.
defense here, and this rally showed why it's tempting to play the net.
Nineteen, 15.
Oh, this is an extraordinary comeback, isn't it? 4-10 down in this deciding game.
And we talked about how much fuel Son Won-ho had left, and I think we have to say it turns out that he had more than Viktor Axelsen. I think it's signs of severe fatigue that we're seeing here.
Yeah, wrong decision making. Sign of the fatigue from Axelsen.
Service over. 16, 19. 17-19.
Just 2 points the deficit now.
Sun.
Huge psychological difference between 17-19, or had someone Ho won the rally's match point opportunity.
2016, that had been almost unassailable.
Yeah. Both players taking their time.
Sun. Come here.
Yeah, kept his hand up to say he wasn't ready. Oh! He's called a fault.
Yeah.
Service over.
Well.
20. Match point 17.
Called a fault for presumably hitting the net. Here we go. Oh no, well, I didn't see that.
Play.
Always a very tough decision.
Yeah, very tough.
But you could argue that the umpire must be absolutely certain in order to call it.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think he took it before it had crossed over the net, and I didn't see any sign of him touching the net.
No.
But here we go, it's match point for Someone Ho. Well taken this time, and no call from the umpire.
18-20.
Still 2 more opportunities for Someone Ho, the number 2 seed, to record his 2nd victory out of 2 matches in this group stage. It's gone wide, and this time Someone Ho converts. 2 wins out of 2 for the number 2 seed, and that's nice sportsmanship at the end of the match from Viktor Axelsen, congratulating his opponents. 3 tough games.
Won by Sun Wan Ho, 21-19, 14-21, 21-18.
The umpire confirming the 3-game score, 21-19, 14-21, 21-18, having been 4-10 down in that deciding game. An hour and 16 minutes. What an excellent men's singles. Well, my goodness me, so that's 2 out of 2 for Someone Ho. And he's almost certainly into the semi-finals. as far as Group B is concerned, the two matches today, Lee Chong-wei beating Ng Ka-long in 2 straight games, and Seo Man-ho recording his second victory in the group, having beaten Lee Chong-wei yesterday. So Seo Man-ho top of Group B. Well, Lee Chong-wei, though third at the moment, well, he has a good chance of qualifying tomorrow. It'll be a straight decision and a playoff with Viktor Axelsen. So, after that thrilling men's singles, we turn our attention next to mixed doubles. And it is the Olympic champions, Tontowi Ahmad and Liliana Nasir, up against the former champions here, Joachim Fischer-Nielsen and Christina Pedersen. So the Olympic champions, there's Liliana Nasir, already holding on to that injured knee. That knee injured, we saw that heavily strapped during both the China Open and Hong Kong Open, but they as a pair won both of those last 2 Super Series events, so nursing an injury, still good enough to win.